Allí, donde los pies de los ríos se hunden en la marea espumosa y los acantilados observan al atardecer el momento en que el mar es devorado por un sol ávido de sal que en su huida deja la playa plegada al cosmos, allí donde el zumbido del vuelo de los astros se pierde en un vacío inconmensurable, bajo, sobre o a un lado, de la letanía que envuelve al tiempo que pasamos juntos, como meteoros indómitos bendecidos por la coincidencia de los cursos, allí, aquí, allá. Me quiero ver en tu mirada, soñar en tus recuerdos, morderme en mis ensueños igual que a tus caderas para saber que estoy despierto, congraciado con tu presencia, con los ramos de flores que escondes debajo de tu rebozo negro, de tus labios impregnados de licores, de tus manos con olor a campo, a hierba. De allí no quiero que te vayas, de allí, de aquí, de ningún lado, porque yo quiero estar contigo, allí, aquí, en todas partes, donde tus rayos azules de luna errante me iluminen cada noche, en que mi cuerpo necesite un abrazo tuyo y mis oídos duerman con el eco de tus palabras, muy dentro, como recitando poesía en el fondo de mi alma. So, if you want to read the translation, would you like to read the translation? This is the first part.
There, where the feet of the rivers plunge into the foamy tide and watch the sunset cliffs, when the sea is devoured by a sun-hungry salt, and their flight leaves the beach folded into the cosmos, where the buzz flight of the stars is lost in an unfathomable void under, on, or next the litany that involves the time that we spent together, like meteors, untamed, blessed by the coincidence of the courses. There, here, beyond, I want to see in your eyes dream memories. Bite me in my dreams as your hips, to know that I am awake, ingratiated by your presence, with flowers you hide under your black shawl, from your lips impregnated with licorice, of your hands smelling filled, grassy. Thence I do not want you to go, thence here from nowhere, because I want to be with you, there, here, everywhere, where your wandering moon blue ray enlighten me every night that my body needs a hug from you, and my ears sleep with the echo of your words deep inside, and reciting poetry in the depths of my soul. Are we going to go ahead?
The next one is called Somos, We Are, and it's going to be actually the title of my next book. And I'm going to read for these people who is behind and don't want to come to sit here. You can leave your bike if you want. It's for you, okay? This is called Somos. So, dice, si alguien nos pregunta quiénes somos, les diremos que escapamos de prisión, que saltamos precipicios, que violamos las fronteras del prejuicio, que rompimos los espejos de la duda, que robamos más de un banco de comida, que burlamos muchas leyes ciegas, mudas, sin sentido, que no fuimos a la escuela, ni a la iglesia, ni al doctor, que quisimos aprender por cuenta propia a contar los arbolitos, las estrellas, las hormigas, a exorcizar nuestros demonios, a curar nuestras heridas, a despertar sobre la hierba a una orilla del camino. Les diremos que vestimos nuestras pieles cada día, que sembramos poesía por las aceras del imperio, que soñamos despertar sin ansiedad por el trabajo, sin el temor de consumirnos complaciendo al vendedor, sin el horror de callar lo que pensamos. Si alguien nos pregunta quiénes somos, les diremos no sabemos, solo somos, somos, somos. Si alguien te pregunta dónde vives, has de hablar de los senderos que has andado, de los árboles que trepas, del sonido de tus manos en el cuero del tambor, de tu canto de agua clara serpenteando entre las rocas, de las olas que se quiebran en tus pies, en tu cintura, en tu pecho, en tu sonrisa. Estarás muy orgullosa de decir que tus vecinos son los pájaros, las hojas de los robles, la secoya, un clan de puercos clandestinos y un amante que te ama a ciencia cierta. Que tu nido es un recinto que se extiende desde el bosque hasta la playa, que atraviesa los desiertos, que se cuelga de los cuernos de la luna. Si alguien te pregunta dónde vives, les dirás que solo vives, vives, vives. Si alguien me pregunta dónde vamos, les diré que a donde falten nuestras huellas allí iremos. Leeremos en la palma de las manos el momento de partir. De los ojos de los búhos nos caerá la noche entera. Al despertar el estómago nos apremiará a marchar. Nuestros mapas son las manchas de la piel de los felinos. A puro golpe de suerte seguiremos adelante, guiados por corazonadas, enfrascados en debates, en combates, en protestas, huelgas de hambre. Seguiremos compartiendo la experiencia de vivir. Si alguien me pregunta dónde vamos, les diré que solo vamos, vamos, vamos.
We are. If someone asks us who we are, we will tell them that we escaped from prison, that we jumped over cliffs, that we violated the boundaries of prejudice, that we shattered the mirrors of doubt, that we stole from multiple food banks, that we showed to be foolish the many blind, mute, and senseless laws, that we did not go to school, nor to the church, nor to the doctor, that we attempted to learn under our own efforts, to count the little trees, the stars, the ants, to exorcise our own demons, to heal our own wounds, to awake on a bed of weeds at the edge of the path. We will tell them that every day we dress ourselves in our skins, that we sow poetry on the sidewalks of the empire, that we dream of waking without anxiety from work, without fear of being consumed, from having to please the salesman, free of the horror of silencing our very thoughts. If someone asks us who we are, we will tell them, we do not know. We simply are, we are, we are. If someone asks you where you live, you will speak of the paths that you have walked, of the trees that you have climbed, of the sound of your hands on the drum skin, of your song of clear water meandering among the rocks, of the waves that crash against your feet, against your waist, against your breast, against your smile. You will be quite proud to say that your neighbors are the birds and the leaves of the oak tree, the red sequoia, a clan of clandestine pigs, and a lover who loves you with complete certainty. That your nest is a region which extends from the forest to the beach, which passes through deserts, and which is hung on the corners of the moon. If someone asks you where you live, you will tell them that you just live, simply live, simply live. If someone asks me where we are going, I will tell them that wherever our footprints are lacking, there we will go. In the palms of our hands, we will read the moment of our departure. Through the eyes of the owl, the whole night will fall upon us. And upon waking, our stomach will urge us to march on. Our maps are the spots found on the fur of felines. By sheer stroke of luck, we will carry on, guided by impulse. Engulfed in debates, in combats, in protests, during hunger strikes, continuing to share the experience of our living. If someone asks me where we are going, I will tell them that we are just going, going, going.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna read the title of this book. This is very long, the 24 in Mission, but we are in 24 and I would like to read it. So maybe we can read fragment and fragment, you know, you can share. And I don't know if we will have enough time, but maybe we can do the short version. No. So this a 24 emission is I wrote this one for this is the contest that is the Poets Event 2010, and I was a finalist, and after that a friend of mine told me that would be good to have a book and so on. Dice, a 24 en misión, el estruendo de un disparo rompe el alba. Un hombre pájaro surfea sobre la niebla matinal, mientras duermen los ciclistas y la calle se relaja bajo un manto de basura. Qué dulzura, qué proeza, qué soltura tiene el verbo al despertar. Vasos llenos de los néctares del tiempo que revientan como olas al contacto con un crimen pasional. A 24 in Mission.
At 24th and Mission, dawn breaks with a shotgun blast. A man soars like a bird over morning fog. Bike riders sleep while the street reclines under a blanket of trash. How sweet, how brave, the word wakes with ease. Cups filled with the nectar of time, crashing like waves against the shore of a passionate crime. At 24th and Mission.
A 24 en Mission es la esquina en que los vientos son aullidos. El sol un viejo lamparón que vierte un débil haz de luz sobre rostros de edificios carcomidos por nostalgia y entropía. Son hormigas los transeúntes, son moléculas de pan. Somos héroes y demonios en el caos vehicular. Simples almas sin iglesia, simples cielos sin bondad. A 24 in Mission.
At 24th and Mission, wind screams at the corner. The sun is an old lamp diffusing its weak haze of light over building fronts riddled by the worms of nostalgia and entropy. The pedestrians are ants, they are molecules of bread. We are heroes and demons in the traffic of chaos, unadorned souls without a church in an austere heaven, empty of goodness. At 24th and Mission.
A 24 en Mission hay cafés, tiendas, bullicio. Una señora va deprisa, dejó a los niños en la escuela, los frijoles en la lumbre y a su madre en Nicaragua. Soledad será su nombre, le dijeron al partir, no lo he olvidado. El invierno fue pesado, el trabajo muy mediocre. Soledad anda deprisa con la bolsa del mandado rebosante de sabores surrealistas que le borran de amargura el paladar. A 24 en Mission.
At 24th and Mission, there are cafes, bustling stores, a woman in a hurry. She left her children at school, beans on the stove, her mother in Nicaragua. Her name will be Solitude, they told her at parting, and this has not forgotten. Winter was hard and work mediocre. Solitude walks in a rush with her bag full of groceries, the bitterness in her mouth, the surreal flavors will erase. At 24th and Mission.
A 24 en Mission hubo un joven que esperando envejeció, hubo un loco que quería volverse loco, hubo un tiempo de bonanza y de desfiles de low riders, lo que el viento se llevó. Hubo misas, fraticidios, esporádicos veranos y uno que otro rey salvaje. Hubo luchas de titanes, una amiga que sembró en la acera puestas en pasuchi. Hubo más de 2 tragedias que simbraron los cimientos de mi alma. Hubo mucho humo que cubrió nuestra conciencia y no supimos qué pensar. A 24 in Mission.
At 24th and Mission, there is a young man who grew old waiting, a crazy man who wanted to go insane. There was a time of fortune, the lowrider's pride, the wind has carried away. There were masses, there were murders, spontaneous summers, some wild raves. There were titan struggles, marigolds my friend grew on the opposite side of the street. There were more than a couple of tragedies that shook the foundation of my soul. There was too much smoke blinding our perception, and we knew not what to think. At 24th and Mission.
A 24 en Mission arribamos desde orígenes distintos, de maneras diferentes, desde cruzar los desiertos hasta ver los pies sangrar, hasta volar desde Europa o llegar en tren del norte en un viaje de cristal. Unos llegan caminando y se encuentran con que no es lo que esperaban. Otros siguen los instintos masoquistas, las sirenas de ambulancias. Otros perdieron la pista, la moral, los fundamentos. A 24 and Mission.
At 24th and Mission, we have arrived from different origins in various ways, from crossing the desert until we see our feet begin to bleed by plane from Europe or in a northern train on a crystal trip. Some walk to discover it is not what they expected. Others follow their masochistic instincts, chase the siren of an ambulance. Many lose their way, their courage, their beliefs at 24th and Mission.
At 24 and Mission, transexuales, pordioseros, activistas, protestantes, jornaleros, periodistas, policías, hipsters, hackers, músicos, hierberos, nos mezclamos con un dejo de impaciencia, con un grado de emoción, nos amamos como perros, como ángeles tránsfugas, desnudamos los instintos, congelamos los prejuicios. Aquí todos somos verdes, piel de arena, luz de luna. At 24 and Mission.
At 24th and Mission, transgender, homeless, activists, evangelicists, journalists, laborers, farmers, cops, musicians, hipsters, hackers, herbalists, we mix with the feeling of impatience, with thrill. We love each other like dogs, like fallen angels. We unveil our instincts, freeze our prejudices. Here we are all skin of sand, light of the moon, green at 24th and Mission.
A 24 and Mission, cada día es un desfile, un festival, un carnaval, una fiesta, un circo, un sueño, una protesta y un reflejo de la bolsa de valores. Me refiero a los valores inherentes al espíritu de lucha por los sueños que se escapan. Cada tarde le encendemos una vela a la esperanza, le inventamos nuevos cuentos al verdugo que nos busca y encontramos el atajo que nos saca del vacío existencial. A 24 and Mission.
At 24th and Mission, every day is a carnival, a festival, a parade, a circus, a party, a dream, a demonstration, and a mirror of the market value. I mean the value of spirit, the struggle for our escaping aspirations. Every sunset we light the candle of hope. We invent new stories about the hitmen who hunt us. We discover a shortcut out of the unbearable lightness of being at 24th and Mission.
A 24 and Mission dibujamos un mural de 1000 colores con el barrio en que soñamos, incluyendo cada verso que se ha escrito con el sudor de las manos, con la sangre de los cuellos que se anudan con el vino y la cerveza, con la tinta de las plumas de las alas de un ave en extinción que nos pasea por rincones aislados que ningún espectador ha imaginado. Nos mofamos de los yuppies, de los neocapitalistas, de los globalizadores. A 24 and Mission.
At 24th and Mission, we draw a mural of 1,000 colors with the barrio of our dreams, including each verse written with the sweat of our hands, with the blood of entwined necks, with wine, with beer, with the inked wing feathers of a bird almost extinct. They take us on a journey to isolated corners no one has imagined. We tease yuppies, neo-capitalists, globalizers at 24th and Mission.
A 24 and Mission nos veríamos una tarde en que saldrías del subterráneo y me pregunto qué ocurrió, si cambiaste de opinión o olvidaste nuestra cita, o me atropelló un camión cuando venía en el camino dejándome aquí embarrado a las puertas del infierno que todos llevamos dentro y que se llama desamor, o dolor de ser humano, de sentir el pecho roto, la fe ciega, el ego herido, los lagartos que me muerden las entrañas, unos pies desorientados. A 24 and Mission.
At 24th and Mission, we were supposed to meet one afternoon as you exited from the subway, and I would ask myself what happened if you changed your mind or forgot our date. Maybe a truck ran me over, leaving me crushed here in the street at the doors of hell called indifference we all knock at inside. Oh, dolor, to be human with a cracked chest, blind faith, wounded ego, my guts the lizards bite, and these disoriented feet at 24th and Mission.
La 24th and Mission, una vida es un milagro, un buen poema. Los poetas son unos niños con miradas que reinventan, cada gesto, cada mueca, cada guiño, parpadeos e impaciencias. Una hermosa algarabía dominical nos inunda de una calma inesperada, los olores vuelan lejos, el antojo es un destino manifiesto que sacude el apetito. Cualquier fecha es un ritual, un buen motivo para estar agradecidos con la vida a 24th and Mission.
At 24th and Mission, life is a miracle, a good poem. Poets are children with visions that reinvent. Every gesture, every grimace, every impatient, flickering wink. A beautiful Sunday clamor bathes us with a sudden calm. Good smells drift from afar, stirring appetites. The craving is destiny revealed. It is ritual to be grateful on any given day, a fine inspiration to life at 24th and Mission. Thank you.
So this is the short version of 24th and Mission. I have another poem that I would like to read. Do I have time?
A little bit.
Yes, okay.
Well,
I can read a couple very shorts that I have around to maybe. Let's see. I want to read this that is called Sarcasmo y Soledad. And says, dice, llegar de tu país a pie y sin lengua, a golpes de esperanza, ojo de hormiga, sudar en las cocinas, ser la presa. Hay pobres de los pobres inmigrantes, dormir en una esquina, domar falsas pasiones, comer de las migajas. La misa en color sepia se cae en pedacitos, un rumor de progreso la seduce. Shit picker apples han cedido los parques de los niños al mundo de los perros. Un gélido sarcasmo de ciudad que duda de sí mismo y su existencia. Aún tengo la fragancia, no las flores. Siluetas trashumantes se confunden con sombras, con fantasmas, con el rumor perpetuo de la calle. Siluetas trashumantes, cicatrices, se escurren por los muros, las ventanas, se cuelgan del reloj de un viejo hotel, dominan el bullicio permanente de los acantilados de la urbe. El pulso de la vida es un tranvía, un tren sin dirección ni procedencia. San Pancho, San Francisco, Frisco el frío, el congelado helado que deleita. Anduve de paseo entre hipstéricas siluetas, sobre un río de sonidos desbordando las banquetas, meteoros estrellados, patéticas sonrisas. Como una cruel tortura llega agosto, Dolores Biches, clínica antidepre, el Golden Gate glacial bosque de niebla, que elude al sol aún en primavera, y aquí nació el amor, llovió arcoíris, aquí en el Tenderloin hay un mural, inmigrantes, homeless, presos, vidas rotas, que arrastra el vendaval de tus otoños, el precio de la vida, un arponazo. Lloré por ti, por mí, por todos, los locos, los creativos, los ciegos.
Sarcasm and solitude. To arrive from your country by foot without a tongue, punched by hope, and I to sweat in the kitchen, being the prey. I, poor unfortunate immigrants, sleeping on the corner, taming false passions, eating leftovers. The mission, sepia-colored, is falling apart in little pieces, seduced by a rumor of progress. Shit picker-uppers have given the children's parks to their dogs. A steel sarcasm of a city that doubts herself and questions her existence. Still I have the fragrance, but no flowers. Migrating silhouettes confused with phantoms, with shadows, with a perpetual word on the street. Migrating silhouettes like scars, slip down walls, slide down windows. They hang from the clock of a seedy hotel, leading the permanent uproar of the urban cliffs. The pulse of life is a tram, a train with no destination, no origin. San Pancho, San Francisco, cold Frisco, the ice cream that delights. I rambled among silhouettes, hysterical, on a river of sounds overflowing its banks, smashed meteors, pathetic smiles. Like a cruel torture, August comes. Dolores Beach is an anti-depression clinic. Golden Gate Park is a glacial forest of fog eluding the sun even in summer. So here was born the love, the rainbow, rain. Here in the Tenderloin there is a mural. Immigrants, homeless, jailbirds, broken lives. Your autumn ripped apart by storms. The price of life, it's just a hit. I cried for you, for me, for everyone. The crazies, the creativores, the blind.
This is called A las sombras de las sombras. This is included actually in this book that is the Revolutionary Poets Brigade that I really recommend you to buy it if you can. And there will be another anthology this year coming out. They're going to release it in September, October, I think. And there are very good poets there. So, I'm going to read another one because this is about immigrants and the other one was about immigrants. And this is more like, se llama El guiso de los años viejos, The Meal of the Old Days. Dice, hemos de vivir remando hacia algún lugar desconocido y hemos de desaparecer, pero afortunadamente nacimos. Y antes de llegar aquí y tomar las riendas de nuestros corazones, nuestros padres cabalgaron sobre su pasión salvaje, igual que nuestros abuelos, cuyos padres a su vez imitaron a los tatarabuelos. Chispas de la explosión pasional que constituye la base piramidal de este amor que compartimos, como granos de maíz, como frijoles, ajonjolí, cacao, lluvia. Hemos de desaparecer, pero podemos leer lo escrito, saborear el guiso de los años viejos, en que la guerra cimbró con sus tambores las plazuelas ancestrales. Resuena el canto de mi tío borracho apoyado en el hombro de su esposa, mientras mi abuela echa las cartas sobre su mantel floreado. Es el tiempo del asombro. Vivo en la infancia del porvenir, sin saber si habré de hallar la paz escondida, entre justificaciones groseras de barbaries, dardos rotos en la espina dorsal del universo, en el reloj de arena en que nos hundimos lentamente.
Meal of the old days. We will have to live rowing toward an unknown place, and we will disappear, but fortunately we were born. But before we got here and grabbed the reins of our hearts, our parents galloped over the wild passion, the same as our grandparents, whose parents imitated our great-great-grandparents. Sparks of the passionate explosion that make up the pyramidal base of this love we share, like grains of corn, like beans, sesame seeds, cacao, rain. We will disappear, but we can read what has been written, taste the meal of the old days when the ancestral plazas trembled from the drums of war. The song of my drunk uncle resounds, his head resting on the shoulder of his wife, while my grandmother deals the deck of cards on the flowered tablecloth. This is the amazing hour. I live in the infancy of what's to come, without knowing if I will find the hidden peace among the barbarians' gross justifications, broken arrows in the backbone of the universe, in the hourglass in which we slowly slide.
My friend Miguel just got here from the protest. I don't know why he didn't bring all the activists who were there. I was thinking that activists were more dreamers like us, you know.
They're still there.
Yeah, they're still there. Yes. I think we all poets are still also some way activists. I'm gonna read the last one. Okay. This is called Mis Ojos. Let's see what is it. Sorry. This one. I print some stuff and I don't know what I did for some stuff. Okay, I'm gonna read another one from this book. No. Okay, I'm gonna read the last one. That's gonna be this one that is called this one. A la sombra de las sombras. Dice, a la sombra de las sombras. Siempre va hacia algún lugar cubierto por un velo de misterio, por un vaho de chamán, que le produce un aura de héroe, que lo transforma a cada instante en un conejo, en pato, en lobo, en una araña y un sopilote. De rostro enjuto, camina erguido, con la frente en alto, con las manos prestas a la menor provocación. A gran distancia podría escuchar el aleteo de una avispa. El primer sonido lo haría saltar al precipicio, caer en una sobredosis de adrenalina, romper un muro de una acometida. Come serpientes, sin cubiertos, sin tortilla, sin chile. Duerme en el pasto. Los cactus lo bendicen al pasar. Las piedras del camino le abren paso. Las águilas envidian su vista privilegiada, que a leguas puede distinguir el paraíso, la tierra prometida. Intuye que el mundo está cambiando y a cada instante se adapta a un clima diferente, otras lenguas, costumbres, tiempos. Si escucha pasos, se sienta a la sombra de las sombras, a esperar a que la noche caiga y le permita desaparecer por los caminos del olvido. No tiene nada que perder, pero no puede perder el tiempo, anda deprisa. Tiene que llegar antes de que el sueño sea agotado por la ansiedad de otros entes anónimos que llegaron antes que él a mecerse en la hamaca de la ilusión. Thank you very much.
In the shade of the shadows, he was always walking towards somewhere, cloaked in a veil of mystery, from the vapor of the shaman's breath that creates a hero's aura, shape-shifting him each moment into a rabbit, duck, wolf, into a spider and a buzzard. With a lean face he walks erect, head held high, hands poised for any provocation. It is possible for him to hear the flutter of a wasp's wings. The slightest sound might make him leap from a cliff, to plunge in an overdose of adrenaline, the walls smash in a single attack. He eats snakes without a knife and fork, no tortilla, no chile. He sleeps on the grass, cactus bless him in passing, rocks in the path part for him, the eagles envy his advantageous view, how he can perceive paradise from so far away, the promised land. He is aware that the world is changing, so every moment he adapts to a different climate, other languages, habits, times. If he hears footsteps, he sits in the shade of the shadows to wait until night falls, when he can disappear on trails of oblivion. He has nothing to lose, but can't waste time. He is in a hurry, needing to get there before the dream is depleted by the anxiety of other anonymous beings who have arrived before him to swing in the hammock of illusion. Thank you. It's Miguel Robles. And next, we have Mamakoatl. Mamakoatl is our border crossing goddess. The Vigra never seem to see her. She brings blessings back and forth. She has brought a blessing to this community. Not only is she my favorite poet, she never fails to inspire me. She never fails to blow me away with her words, with her voice, with her visions, with her acts. Again, in this community, she's been the spearhead of many activities and programs here in the mission in the 4 or 5 years you've been here. 6 years, 6 años, that she's been in this community. She has established programs, a month of programming for the International Day Against Violence Against Women and Children. She has participated and helped create MAP, the performances here that we just had last Saturday. It's a big major deal now. We wouldn't have that without this woman, along with many, she's given her time numerous times and organized many benefits, many events, and brought, again, many blessings to this community. And we will hear some now from Mamakoatl.
Was at this very moment Quetzalcoatl is cruising through the face of the sun. Venus Quetzalcoatl. Y se siente, ¡ay, qué bonito es volar! Hasta las 6 de la mañana, desnuda ante todo lo que amas. ¡Qué re bonito es volar! La noche entera rezar, al viento del norte buscar y profundamente sentir la extraña razón por la que hemos llegado. Never did I dream I was going to end up here, flying out this window. Y estos grilletes de frío, y esta mordaza de miedo, y estos machetes de rabia, puñales, cadenas, rayos y centellas, el eco de un alarido bestial, and the tender breath of supplication, insanity seeking transformation, volando y dejando caer los 13 nombres sagrados que me traigan de regalo de tu mirada la luz, corazón. ¿Dónde estás, corazón de lechuza? ¿Dónde estás, corazón de jaguar? I am the woman who loves you here and now, corazón. Offers you the flesh of her flower on a silver platter, becomes rivers of fire at the touch of your fingers, your tongue, your fruit. Remember me? La mujer estrella cruz, Lord Virgin Woman de Mazatlán. I am Lord Eagle Woman. I am. Thunder knows me. God knows me. We sit at the same table, you know, drink beer and talk politics. Yo, la mujer colibrí, la mujer del maíz. Remember me, the faint cloud of my essence, escapando por esa ventana, abandonando mi cuerpo de lodo allá abajo, donde los crímenes ancestrales, las deudas descomunales, continue to grab and rip at the indivisible cause of it all. ¿Dónde está mi fragilidad? ¿Dónde está tu divinidad? My beloved Quetzalcoatl, diga ¿dónde está? ¿Dónde está Kukulcán, Mamuni Mayan? I am. Thunder knows me. God knows me. We sit at the same table, you know, drink beer and talk politics. Yo, la mujer colibrí, la mujer del maíz. Remember me, the faint cloud of my essence, escapando por esa ventana, abandonando mi cuerpo de lodo allá abajo, donde los crímenes ancestrales, las deudas descomunales, continue to grab and rip at the indivisible cause of it all. ¿Dónde está mi fragilidad? ¿Dónde está tu divinidad? My beloved Quetzalcoatl, diga ¿dónde está? ¿Dónde está Kukulcán, Mamuni Mayan? Sweet Father of kindness, fresh Father of dew, I am in you, you are in me, I am yours. Yo, la mujer libre, la mujer serena, la mujer hojarasca, la mujer que cabalga azabaches de luna llena. Anda, ven y déjate caer en los brazos de tu hermana y a los pies de Pachamama. Vamos la vida a entender, corazón. So my pieces are very much bilingual, and they talk about time, they talk about sacredness, mostly untranslatable. My intent is that you can get the meaning of what I'm saying no matter what the language is, as I have seen language as the pretty cage in which we continue to strive for freedom. And this I wrote for an event called Leap Year, and this is called The Error in Time. The heart of time, captured like an African slave, tortured like a prisoner in Guantanamo Bay, breaks and bleeds, wails and pleads, gagged inside the laboratories of scientific thought, raped inside the secret chambers of the Vatican, ritually devoured on the golden tables of the vampire like children in the land of Molech at this very moment, the heart of time. Consumed before sunrise, before the sight of our ignorance, our drugged bodies partaking like cannibals, our mutant minds rewarded with peels, turn on the stove just for the thrill of producing from this horrific crime a most flavorful dish and a sense of pride. Simmered and spiced, packaged and served, shoved down your throat with a spoonful of sugar, with Shakespearean English and Disney songs, with biblical barbarity, with Cartesian metaphors. The heart of time is the cage bird who sings the blues, the immigrant running with no shoes, a fugitive in the toxic landscape of patriarchal culture, this murderers of crows and its planet of vultures, the house of Christ, the house of fear, the house of whoredom, the black-robed priest who descended on our land in their 16th century, stole everything we had, beginning with the heart of time, breaking and bleeding, wailing and pleading somewhere inside those impressive imperial palaces, those corporate courts, those prestigious universities, their policies, their wars, their necrophilic philosophy, their hatred, their stupidity, that thing which brings us all here and makes us sleep like frogs inside the melting pot, where we're all merrily skipping to an absurd notion against the very emotion of the huracan. Under clouds of aluminum, we eat and we shed and we think that we think, we sleep and die never knowing who we are, completely occupied, conveniently plugged in, like all the little animals inhabiting the slave farm, singing our songs of freedom, but always behind bars. I met a woman who worships the most fearsome saint, La Santísima Muerte, the goddess of death. Nothing more powerful, she says, pointing out that fools are those who call the passing of time one more day of life. She built herself a clock that waves its hands goodbye, from 12 to 11 to 10 to 9, from life to death, always in funerary processions, cada momento que pasa, one day less, another moment extinguished, consumed, sacrificed, and the heart of time, somewhere inside, begging the question, was it worthwhile? How did you burn your precious time? In the name of what? You, the colonized Indian, you, the pilgrim of death, you, the daughters of genocide, as we gather to celebrate our God, Father Gregory the Great. Long live the Padre for allowing us to forget who we must be inside this web, beneath this veil, woven with radioactive threads, with depleted plutonium and lack of regrets, with an extra day in February and another pound of misery. I ask that you look sincerely inside the sacred cavity de este palpitar. The truth of time speaks in ethnic tongues. Rukushkan, Ilwikapusintli, grandeza del Nahual, tu esencia natural, I'm calling you back. This is my thought, jugando a los desencantados, desenredando los destinos, consolando a los fracasados, pidiendo perdón y pidiendo permiso para machetear las mazorcas del fanatismo, las flores plásticas del machismo, para tender mi red contra los enemigos ocultos y soltar todos estos bultos la larga noche del ayer. Pidiendo perdón y pidiendo permiso, calling on the heart of time, the heart of space dignified, all that is inside, all that is outside, what is near and what is far. Come and hear me out, corazón del tiempo, alivia nuestro tormento, nuestras ganas de escapar. Ukushkaj, ukushuleo, rukush huracán, chipka kunja, rashka kunja, chipnanawak, rashnanawak, ubok hunahpute pe ukukumats, alom kahalom, ishpilakok, ishmukanek, grandmother of dawn. Touch us with a ray of grace, so that we may find ourselves on the side of the brave when it all comes down. In the meantime, mi gente, don't believe the hype. Take all you hear with a grain of salt, with a handful of calm. Watch your back en todos los cruces, and forgive the frivolous y sus 2000 dulces. There's Miguel Robles talking in the background.
Yes, it is.
Okay, I had the privilege of working with Jorge Argueta, who put together this little chapbook for me about my quest of finding a home. And in this little collection is about 10 very short pieces. I dedicated one to the women of Juarez, whom I've been working for a long time. I graduated from New College of California in 2004 with my women's spirituality master's degree and performance activism and all those beautiful degrees that they were dishing out at New College. And my thesis work had to do with